Welcome back to Whispers of Vietnam. Some places seem to carry a strange, invisible curse, and some families bear its weight across generations. Tonight, I will share with you the chilling story of my grandmother, a woman whose life was forever changed by forces beyond reason. Now please listen to the main story. I don't remember exactly what year my grandmother was born. She must be over 70 now. Her father once worked as a registrar under the old government, and he managed to buy some land, which brought the family great wealth. But my great-grandfather's life was full of strange turns. He rose to wealth and status only to lose everything. The family line was nearly wiped out. They went from riches to ruin. And from that time on, our land seemed cursed. I learned much of this one New Year when I sat down to talk with my grandmother's older sister. The curse seemed to start with my great-grandfather. He fathered nearly 10 children, all girls. Even stranger, there were chilling stories about his life that I will tell another time. Now, back to my grandmother. She was known as one of the most beautiful women in the region when she was young. She married very early. She gave birth to my mother before she even turned 16. Though she was born into wealth, the family soon fell into poverty after my great-grandfather's downfall. She married my grandfather, a farmer. He worked hard and eventually got a job at the Hong Ha fountain pen factory, which helped him support his wife and 4 children. After the terrifying night when the headless general appeared, which I told in the last story, something even stranger happened. When my mother was 14, my grandmother suddenly went mad. She truly lost her mind. It wasn't just occasional fits of madness. My mother had to care for the chickens and pigs while helping my grandfather take care of the family. They couldn't handle my grandmother anymore. 2 months later, they had to send her to Tro Quai, a psychiatric hospital near what is now National Road 5. She stayed there, wandering aimlessly, trapped in her madness. No one knew why it had happened. But then, one night, my grandmother came home. My mother was asleep when she heard knocking at the gate. Startled, she ran out and found my grandmother standing there, silent, barefoot, her clothes in tatters. Terrified, my mother brought her inside and lit a candle. Her heart nearly stopped. The thick jet-black hair she had combed for my grandmother just the day before had turned pure white overnight. I'm not crazy anymore, I swear. That's what my grandmother said. Later, my mother told me that my grandmother's voice that night was strange, cold, distant, as if it wasn't coming from her throat at all. A little while later, my grandfather came home. When he saw my grandmother, he was horrified. It wasn't just her hair. It was something else. At that time, Long Bien Bridge was a vital military artery for Hanoi. There were army patrols everywhere, curfews in place. Soldiers guarded every checkpoint along National Road 5. Yet somehow, in the dead of night, a mad woman, my grandmother, had walked alone, unnoticed, all the way from Tro Quai to Long Bien. It seemed impossible. Finally, my grandmother told her story. Her voice had returned to normal. She said that earlier that evening, while lying in her hospital bed, her mind suddenly cleared. The door opened by itself. A person in white entered and asked, "Are you in? If you wish to return to your husband and children, follow me." And so she followed. The figure instructed her, when it says lie down, she must lie down. When it says crawl, she must crawl. When it says run, she must run. And she must not ask questions. She obeyed every word. as if in a trance. The next thing she knew, she was standing before my mother at home. From that night onward, my grandmother was fully cured. No more madness. But strange things began to happen around her, and her hair remained pure white to this day. Was it a spirit that guided my grandmother home that night? Was it fate? Some mysteries remain unsolved, passed down through whispered stories from one generation to the next. If you'd like to hear more true tales from my haunted homeland, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to Whispers of Vietnam. I'll see you in the next story, and until then, sleep well.